Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, and I've returned today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Today, we're going to be looking at sequence of return, which is fixed products versus variable products like investments. The average person likes to get into quote-unquote investments because they think that's what the rich always do, and that's not particularly the case. Before I go in, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So here is a private Facebook group I belong to called Life Insurance Agents, and a wonderful agent that is a part of the group here is talking about fixed income. Now, a lot of us in this group are insurance and securities licensed, so we understand the nuances of both. You, the average American or the average investor, regardless of if your net worth is between $0 to $1 million or $1,001 to $5 million, most people in that range from $0 to $5 million do not have the greatest understanding of investing. So, let's take a look here. It says, things you need to know about annuities. So, an annuity can be a powerful tool in retirement because of the ability to avoid sequence of returns risk. So, if you're unfamiliar with the term or you've never really dove into it, here's an example of it. So, SOR risk is the risk associated with how having a negative return or a few can affect the net outcome of that investment over a period of time. So, he always uses two examples. Example number one is if you had $1 million invested and that investment fell 30%, where are you at? The answer is $700,000. Now, let's pretend the next year that same account gained 30% and you took no withdrawals. Well, what are you at? The answer is $1 million. No, that's wrong. 700K plus 30% is not 1 million. The equation is 700 times 1.30, which equals 910,000. So you're 9% or $90,000 down. Why? Because the return is not what you care about. It's what your break-even point is. When you dig a hole, you always need more dirt to fill it back in, right? Same thing here. So now example number two, using $100,000 at a 5% return average, and it doesn't look like this in the market. And this is the problem because everybody's telling you, oh, don't get insurances. You could get an investment and get 10%. Well, they're telling you that the market works like this. Year 1, 5%, year 2, 5%, year 3, 5%, year 4, 5%, year 5, 5%. And then finally you'd be left at $127,628. However, it's going to have an up and down sequence. So this is a more realistic example. Year 1, 3%. Year 2, negative 6%. Year 3, 10%. Year 4, 8%. Year 5, 10%. Your total average is 5%. So your final is $126,524. The same average, but a different sequence. The sequence will always yield a lower result. The more drastic the loss, the larger the gains are needed to get back to break even. So 2008 saw retirement accounts losing 50% in some cases. That would need a 100% gain to just break even. Now, imagine you're retired and taking that 4 to 6 or 8%, like Dave Ramsey said, out every year. Are you going to stop doing that to let your account recover? Probably not. Now, when annuity is used, you don't have that downside sequence. Therefore, it's easy to predict and use for a good yield with essentially no loss to your principal plus gains. It's also what makes an annuity's average return very powerful. Even though it's a lower percentage that the investor sees on paper up front, it's not going to go down. It's not going to fluctuate. So a 6% annuity average versus a 6% equity average is very different. So the next time a prospective client turns their nose up at a 6 to 8% average return, show them how powerful that is without a negative sequence. So it's a great buffer to a managed portfolio if you say a MYGA, which is a multiple year guaranteed annuity, fixed rate for a period of time, or an FIA, fixed and index rates, but it has complete protection against loss. So that's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and actually let's look at some of the comments. Let's see. There's good research on how integrating market correlated investments, whole life insurance, and annuities into a comprehensive strategy helps to manage the retirement risk and improve probability of a successful retirement, especially if legacy goals are in play. The guaranteed income from the annuity and Social Security covers fixed expenses. The variable income from investments provides additional spending power, and cash value is used as a volatility buffer to allow time for assets to recover without the retiree having to make withdrawals from the portfolio during a down market. And then I had to be funny and add a slick comment here. I said, that's on point, sir, but I don't want my clients in annuities. They're too safe. Plus, all I need is 3 dudes who worked and saved for the last 30 years to invest with me so I can retire in 30 minutes what it took them half their lives to accumulate. Of course, I was being facetious. If you're my client, you know I'm looking out for you. So that's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.